Welcome back here to the bar at the Twisted Tail in Philadelphia. We have another cocktail set up to teach you today. It's a really fun one. It's a shaken cocktail, and the fun starts off with the name. It is called Bee's Knees. It's a cool little name. It's great for the summertime, incorporating some very simple ingredients, but nice fresh flavor at the end of it. So we will get started. This is a gin-based drink. Gin, lemon, and honey. 3 ingredients going into this cocktail, so very, very simple. We have selected a very fine gin from Vermont called Bar Hill Gin for the Bee's Knees. It really is made for this cocktail. It is a honey-infused gin. The honey they make on the farm up in Vermont with their bees, infused into their gin when they distill, and you get a really nice, rich profile that pairs with the herbaceous notes of the gin, which is typical for a regular gin. So a great extra character to this gin. Look for it, Bar Hill, and works brilliant for this cocktail. So this is a shaken drink, as I said. So we're going to start off with our shaker tin. I always like to put the ice in first. That way, as soon as the alcohol and liquids are hitting the ice, it's doing the magic, it's working, it's chilling, it's diluting, and making our life much easier for us at the end. So the base of our cocktail is the gin. We're going to be pouring 2 ounces of that straight over the ice. Now remember the use of your jigger or whatever measuring instrument you have to use. If you're doing just with ratios, this would be 2 parts rather than 2 ounces. But it's always a good idea to measure every cocktail that you make, because if you like it the first time, you need to know exactly how to make it the next time. So 2 ounces of gin have gone straight in there. We're moving on to our lemon juice, which is freshly squeezed from our fine fruit that we get from our trees. Lemon juice is going to be filtered out so you don't get any of the pulp coming through into this drink. And we are using 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice, again measuring in the jigger, straight in there. Now for the honey, we take the honey, but honey is very thick and solidifies as soon as it hits cold temperatures like the ice. So you need to make that into a honey syrup. It's the same format as making a simple syrup. We are going to use a 1-to-1 ratio of our honey and boiling water. Let that really mix together, have the honey dissolve in there, then chill it down and bottle that up. If you're using a really thick honey, like an unfiltered raw honey, then you may want to cut back a little bit on the honey. Honey is very sweet, can be very sweet. But if you're using a runny honey, like the typical honey out of a squeezy bear, then 1-to-1 is the way that you can go. So we've made our honey syrup already, have it bottled up in here, and we're going 1/2 ounce. So I'm going to flip over the jigger, 1 ounce, 1/2 ounce on the other side, and pour this straight in there. Honey has got really great properties, and it creates a really nice, lush texture to a drink, as well as adding, of course, a lot of really rich flavors. And you'll see if you shake it up really hard that you'll pour out with a real mild foam on the top. This drink, if you are a fan of really luxurious textures, can be modified by adding an egg white and pre-shaking the egg white with the ingredients before you add the ice, and then add the ice and shake again, and then you will get a really nice, thick, luxurious foam on the top of the cocktail. So a nice hard shake. We want the ice to do its work. We want the honey to froth up. We want all those flavors to combine in there with the water and the dilution process, so that when we're pouring out of here, we get a perfectly poured cocktail. So we come to the pour. As we've explained in previous videos, when we have a shaken drink and we're straining out, we're going to be double straining, so that we are not getting any ice chips in our glass and ruining the textures of the cocktail that we have just put a lot of time and effort into preparing. You'll see the ice chips just caught in the fine strainer, which is the second tea strainer that I'm using here. And that would be the reason why we are doing this. Quick tap to get all those last little bits of joy into the glass. That's a cocktail. Now we're moving on to the final phase of it, which would be our garnish. Simple ingredients, we're going to have a simple garnish. So we're just using a lemon rind. So we take our lemon and we want just the edge of the peel. So we are going to be cutting this straight down the lemon, like so. We have our peel. If you have a lot of pith on the inside, you can just use the knife flat and cut that out. Just be careful not to cut all the way through the fruit skin when you do that. We're going to give it a little expression over the top. just releasing those oils over the top. That adds a lot of fresh fragrance, makes the drink really appealing when you're about to use it. Now finally, just for aesthetic purposes, we're going to give a little design on our lemon peel. Give it a slight cut down the middle. And now we're going to use this as our garnish. To pop right on the glass. Welcome to the bee's knees, and enjoy. Cheers.